Hello, Washington. Good afternoon, and God bless you. John Quinn, rather ham-like and sheepishly checking in from the Russell Senate office building in Washington, D.C. on what is Friday, September 26, 2016. I stopped by the office of the great United States Senator, Jeff Sessions from Alabama, who's the National Security Advisor to Donald Trump, whom, if all goes well, will be elected our 45th President of the United States on November 8th and be sworn in as President on January 20th, 2017, on the west side of the Capitol, not the east, at noon. What I did when I stopped by Senator Sessions' office was, and Senator Sessions is not a dumb man, he'll be able to discern from the document whether I'm the real, genuine article or whether I'm fraud. I just succinctly spoke about what's driving this campaign. And what's driving this campaign, what is the 1,500-pound pink elephant in this room that is in plain sight, that nobody but Mr. Trump and Senator Sessions is willing to essentially say, is that, yeah, on some level, we are in a war between civilizations. You know, when jihad is on the march on four continents, and when ISIS and ISIL, although losing territory through propaganda, manages to pull attacks like they did in Bangladesh, where the cell that conducted that attack managed to integrate ISIS, ISIL social media in real time as that carnage was unfolding in the cafe. And that cell was very disciplined and very purposeful, separating out the Bangladeshis for mercy and focusing on the Westerners, the Christians, the Japanese church, and others for slaughter. But it was done in real time using social media so that young 16-year-old jihadists sitting back in Syria and Iraq in particular, could watch that and get their bloodlust going. We have a situation that's going to require about 40 years of American investment, 2 generations of American sacrifice. Somebody has to have the geopolitical courage and the intellectual courage to tell the American people the truth. And the truth is, we don't know what the costs are going to be in blood and treasure, but they're going to be enormous. Had President Obama in August of 2013 surgically bombed back to the Stone Ages Mr. Assad in Damascus, ISIS and ISIL, the vacuum that was created, would not be here. But that's water under the bridge. There will be no significant change with the situation on the ground until Mr. Obama has left office on Saturday before, on January 20th, 2017. I'm confident that regardless of who's elected president, something's going to change, but hopefully that something will be Mr. Trump being elected, and in a real and meaningful and substantive way, we can go after the enemy. And to hear the administration tell it, 2 points. First of all, back to the Bangladesh attack. To hear Director Comey and the President, Secretary Kerry, and Hillary Clinton say it, the only thing the United States has to worry about is disorganized, that's the operative word, attacks like we saw in Orlando by lone wolves. That's not true. Bangladesh is the new paradigm, and Bangladesh-style attacks are coming to these United States. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when, sooner rather than later. So it's disingenuous intellectually and politically, and from a homeland security perspective, to tell the American people that only some psychopath who's disorganized in his thoughts, rambling in his thoughts, all over the map in his thoughts, who walks into a gay nightclub in Orlando, on some level pledging allegiance to ISIS, ISIL, on some level having homophobia. You know, who knows what went through that psychopath's head. But clearly this was a disorganized individual, but he managed to kill, 51 people. But disorganization is not the only thing we have to worry about. Bangladesh, again, is coming to America, sooner rather than later. The second point is Senator Sessions has the intellectual and geopolitical courage to give intellectual voice and Donald Trump to the 1,500-pound pink elephant in the room that I hate to say it, but I'm going to. I'm not going to be bowing down to Muslim Street, a war between civilizations. Again, when jihad's on the march on 4 continents, and ISIL, while losing territory on some level, is still aggressively in the fight, while groups from the Boko Haram in Nigeria to Al-Shabaab in Africa, and I guess that's Somalia. It's not a question of using the term ISIS, ISIL. It's a question of using the term radical Islam. You know, ISIS, ISIL is the flavor this week, this month. We're going to be defeated militarily. So something else will come in its place. We have to turn around, and this is what Mr. Trump wants to do for the American people. His first priority is the national security interest of the United States, protecting the homeland. That's number one, and taking the fight to the enemy in Iraq and Syria. His second priority, and listen very carefully to what I'm saying, is returning the noble, great religion of Islam to its rightful owner. The religion has been hijacked and stolen by radical jihadists who are intent on incorporating Sharia law and violence everywhere they go. You know, there aren't many Besnar Bhuttos. It's a tragedy that she died. I guess it was December 27, 2007. Had Mrs. Bhutto, as an example, survived, Pakistan might well have been a more stable country. It's my belief her husband really wasn't presidential timber, but she most certainly was. And moderate Islam could have been reintroduced into Pakistani society. In Pakistan, we have a situation where re-education camps for youngsters ages 14 to 30 are being set up, trying to turn these young people away from jihad. I don't know if that's working. Only a sustained military effort at this point, boots on the ground, is going to turn this around. That's number one. The re-education of young Muslims, which is the United States' responsibility, to the great noble religion of Islam and what it really stands for, which is peace, love, and equanimity, is also our responsibility. And it's my belief that that responsibility is, while secondary to our military responsibility, a very brave and noble one. So, contrary to Washington's belief that I hate the Clintons, or hate the president, or have some axe to grind because I've been hurt in the past, what's happened to me has made me a better American. I can think analytically in terms and use language of the heart that perhaps other people can't, and give voice to complex problems. And I am not solely focused on my past and the hurts and the wrongs that have been done. Contrary to popular belief, I believe in the institutions of my government. Totally, completely, and without mental reservation of any kind. My loyalties are with the United States of America and in the macro, the most powerful and important office in the world, the great institution of the United States presidency. So as a patriot, whomever is elected president, should Mr. Trump unfortunately lose and Hillary Clinton's elected president, should she call upon my expertise or analysis as it was under President Obama on January 25th, 2011. I'm not bragging here, but I'm telling the truth. I was the only person in Washington who got it right at 6:30 a.m. on January 25th, 2011. I was on the phone with Valerie Jarrett at the White House, leaving voicemails, and Hillary Clinton's private line, saying put Mubarak on a military transport yesterday. And what I predicated my analysis on, what I said to Hillary Clinton on the morning of January 25th,